You're still watching Citi Scape on CCTV, and we're talking about body art. Do you have any piercings, any tattoos? How have people reacted to you in the past? How do people react to you when they see them? You can comment down below and let us know what you think so that we can drive this conversation a little more. Maybe pick it up if we have to later on. So Eméfa.
Yes, darling.
You've spoken a little bit about body art in a professional space. And I think that the last thing that you said brings us to our next point. So yes, somebody has a tattoo. That might not necessarily be an issue for you personally, Eméfa. But looking at it from a broader perspective, you'd expect that somebody be more sensitive to the variety of clients or customers that they'll be working with. It's not everybody who would like a tattoo or to see their doctor with a tattoo. So let's talk about culture and environment. How do you think that plays a role in somebody deciding to get body art?
You know what, I think here in Ghana, we enhance our bodies in different ways. There are lots of beads. I know a lot of people do tribal marks and stuff, but and we do the single piercings when a female child is born. But I think extra piercings, tattoos, I think that's quite a Western way of expression. And here, once you have those things, you're deemed as being very westernized, and people usually frown on them. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing.
Blindly.
Exactly, you're copying blindly, you're copying whatever. But I think that's more what it is. And you find that even some younger Ghanaians, when they see that you have extra piercings, their initial reaction is still shock and then acceptance. I don't understand why there's that shock in the middle of that interaction.
So you're right, and I mean personally I would say it has a lot to do with upbringing as well. So in my home, when I got my piercings, it was not a big deal. I was not afraid to go home and have my mom or my dad see them. My mom never did, but she always wanted to get a second piercing and just never got to. So when my younger sister and I got our second piercings at the same time, and when we did, she was ecstatic. It's like, oh my God, you're doing what I could never do, or what I never got to do, you know. And I think my parents lived abroad for several years. I don't know if that influenced them. But then I realized that my dad's sisters, my dad is the youngest and he's in his 60s. His older sisters, a lot of them have multiple piercings. So, and I've seen it a lot amongst a lot of Ghana women. So I don't know if even within Ghana there are subcultures that we've probably not paid attention to. So I've never had my aunties say anything. Like they would say, don't wear a skirt that's too short, but they would never say, oh, take those earrings out of your ears.
That's really interesting.
Very interesting.
Because I know at home, my dad absolutely detests extra piercings, like with a passion. So when I say I'm the black sheep, people don't understand yet. So I got this whole lecture about how I'm not supposed to get extra piercings or tattoos when I was much younger, and being the rebel that I am, when I hit 18 or 19, I just went and got my chegas done. I got other multiple piercings. I went all out. But yeah, so he was mad that I got my piercings done. But my mom, you know, she wasn't happy, but she knew that the hole was already there. My auntie on my dad's side couldn't care less. But I have another auntie on my dad's side who doesn't really like extra piercings. And on my mom's side, people are quite blasé about it. I think when you start to see the bigger picture and you know that, you know what, once a child does well in school, once she has a good head on her shoulders, she's just expressing herself. Who knows? A couple of years down the line, I could take them out myself and just get very bored of them. But I don't know if upbringing, I can see why it has something to do with it, but someone like me, I was brought up to not get extra piercings. So I knew exactly what the repercussions were if I got piercings done, but I still got them done anyway. So I don't know if that's a special case
so that would bring me to my next question. Do you think that some people do it out of rebellion, not necessarily towards your parents or towards your caregivers or the people who raise you, but towards society, maybe towards institutions that you think are too rigid?
I don't think it's rebellion per se if you're just being yourself, but I think it was a strong need to express myself and express myself freely, because you know me, you know that I'm quite liberal, but I'm also quite conservative.
Very conservative. Such a paradox.
I know, the paradox that is Eméfa. So yeah, so it was just me finding a way to express myself freely, because like I said, I don't have any on my face, but I have quite interesting piercings that you wouldn't see unless I wanted you to see, really. So I don't know. There wasn't any deep philosophical reason why I got piercings. It's just because I thought it was nice and I wanted to do it, and I didn't see why I shouldn't be able to do something I wanted.
I don't see anything wrong with that, you know. Like I said, so your dad's reaction was anger. My dad, especially when I got, because then I had gone to the States and come back for holidays, and so he saw the ones, and I said, oh, you didn't say anything about my piercings. He said, you know, I don't care what you do to your ears, just don't cut your hair, because I had really long permed hair at the time.
And you did.
I went and shaved the back and then left that's another story altogether. But that was a whole year and some months later. But my dad likes long hair. It's one of the reasons why, I mean, apart from the fact that he wanted to give us a great education, why he said my siblings and I should go to international schools when we were growing up.
Oh, okay, so you wouldn't have to cut your hair.
He believes that my dad, like I said, last born, only boy, lots of sisters, so he believes that a woman's hair is part of her pride, and where you're growing up, getting a chance to flaunt your hair, to learn how to style your hair is all part of discovering your femininity. I know my dad is pretty so feminist.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that is so sweet.
So he would give us money specifically. Oh, go get your hair done. He would say things like, "Oh, your hair looks so wretched. You're not going out like that. Go to the hair salon."
To my dad.
My dad was very much that.
I went to boarding school in the UK, and then I went to uni. I followed on from there. But even when I was in boarding school in the UK, my dad would let me grow my hair. So I had to rock the short cut. I mean, I rocked it because I was quite an edgy child anyways, but yeah, I still had to keep my hair short. So that is so interesting.
Very, very interesting. You know, massive contrast.
I know.
Second Image International admissions in progress. Courses available include hairdressing, beauty therapy and fashion. Call us on 0243 331 999. Evening and weekend classes are also available.
Anyway, so still on body art. So we've spoken about piercings. We haven't spoken much about tattoos. Personally, I don't have any tattoos. You don't, I know. Is there a reason why you don't have any tattoos?
Okay, I don't have any tattoos yet.
Yeah, okay, so me too, yet.
Yeah. Let's put it that way. I'm definitely going to invest. I want to make sure that whatever I get means something, because that's going to be on my body for the rest of my life. I need to make sure that I don't wake up when I'm 80 years old and think, why did I get that stupid tattoo? Like, it has to hold meaning.
Yeah.
So until I find something that I want on my body permanently.
I totally agree with you. For me, it's been the same. I have lots of, when I say I have lots of friends, not all of them are Ghanaian. I do have Ghanaian friends who have tattoos, African friends who have tattoos, but also have friends from lots of parts of the world. And
who don't have tattoos.
Yeah, exactly. They don't, and some do. There's this one particular friend of mine. She loves tattoos, and she says, you know what, Apiorkor, tattoos can get really addictive. So her way of sort of reeling herself in and controlling herself is she only allows herself to get a tattoo after she's learned a new language. And learning a new language means she can speak it, write it, read it, communicate.
How many languages does she speak?
10 at the moment. And she's Canadian. She's Caucasian Canadian.
Wow.
She travels a lot. She currently lives in Sierra Leone, so she speaks Sierra Leonean Creole at the moment. Very interesting. And so her biggest tattoo is a map of Africa on her back. And every country she goes to in Africa, it's not just a straight visit, no. She's gone there, spent some time, sort of understood the culture in some ways, then she gets to shade it in. Yeah, so that's her tattoo project.
Wow.
I thought it was really cool. And it means a lot to her because she sees herself very much as African and not Canadian. She just identifies with African culture. She feels, there are those people. She
sounds
loves
like Rachel Dolezal all over again.
She loves Canada a bit better.
Yeah.
She just feels like I need a Ghanaian husband kind of thing. Okay. Yes, very interesting. But yeah, same. If I were going to get a tattoo, and I'm very sure I will at some point. So all my friends and family, if you're watching, yes, I'm going to get a tattoo. There's nothing you can do about it.
And be prepared for it.
Yes. It will be something, for me, probably something to do with words, something that connotes words. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, but something special, something meaningful.
But have you seen many
Not a
Ghanaians with
slice of bread.
tattoos? That could be interesting. Don't get me started. I saw this really cute tattoo with paw prints. No, all over her leg. It was really cute. But have you seen a lot of Ghanaians here with tattoos?
Well, okay, so a lot, personally, I haven't seen a lot. I wouldn't say I've seen a lot. I do know many Ghanaians who have tattoos. A lot of them I never knew they did.
Oh, so they hide it really well.
Conversation came up. It's sort of like they're not sure how you perceive them, so they realize that, okay, this person isn't going to judge me, and then they open up and say, hey, I have a tattoo of a lion on my back, or something like that, or on my shoulder.
Yeah.
So, and these are corporate people. They're not bums, contrary to what people would think. They have really great jobs, very successful people, and they have tattoos. But I wouldn't say it's a lot. There are a lot of Ghanaians, though, that I've met who said if they had the courage, they probably would get a tattoo.
Really?
Yes, they're not willing to deal with the judgments. No.
Do you know what? I don't know. I just think it's one of those things. It's just a form of expression, a form of self-expression. I don't think every single tattoo has to mean something. If you just want to get a picture of something on your body, that's how you feel, so get it done. But I don't think it should take anything away from how educated you are, or how successful you are, or how much of a good person you are. So
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think people really need to learn to separate expression from who a person truly, is.
I don't think so either. And then I also think people need to understand that different things mean different things to different people. Okay, so different things mean different things to different people.
Yeah, I remember that.
So for you, it might be a huge cultural taboo, but you and I didn't grow up in the same house. We don't come from the same place.
Yeah.
We met at some point in life, so what means X to you might mean Z to me. And I think it's basic human tolerance.
Yeah.
But also, and this would go back to talking about the professional space, for example, we need to realize that ultimately your freedom and your rights end where somebody else's begin. So if you're going to be in a space where there are lots of people, like at work, in school, lots of people coming from different backgrounds who feel very strongly about different things, then you'd want to hold off on how you express yourself so you're not offending the next person.
But again, with the workplace issue, I feel like with different industries come different codes of conduct. And I know you're a heavy creative. I mean, I dabble here and there, but I'm definitely not as heavy as you are. But I think that being in the corporate sector, you are less likely, or you're less at liberty to express yourself as freely as you would if you worked in the creative industry, because self-expression is the heart of being a creative. So I wouldn't necessarily judge a creative for having all sorts of tattoos and stretched lobes and whatever, but I hold my hands up. I'll be more likely to judge, let's say, a teacher or a doctor or a lawyer for being in the workplace and having all of those additions.
But Eméfa, I mean, yes, great conversation about body art. And any final words?
Yeah, I am not my piercings.
I like that. She's not her piercings. I'm not either. I love them. And once again, if you have any comments on body art, if you have tattoos, if you have piercings, you want to share some of your experiences, maybe some of the prejudices that you've experienced because of them, share with us in the comments. We just might pick up this conversation a little later. You never know. Thank you for watching. It's been Citi Scape, Citi TV. I'm Apiorkor and
Eméfa.
See you next week.